Hi everyone, here's a quick tutorial on using the 2 grad technique to make this picture of a barley field look a little bit more punchy. So let's start with the foreground. So open the grad tool up, click at the bottom of this dark tree sort of area here and just drag upwards. Oops, a little bit like that. So the top of it, crikey, it's going to be a bit of a trauma when you do it with your mouse, but you can see it's not really affecting the sky, and it's not really, and it is affecting entirely the foreground barley. So I'm just going to go and click on contrast, and then that flattens every other setting, as you can see over here. It's just contrast on. So what we want is nice bright barley tops and fairly darkish looking couple of tractor trails in the foreground. So let's brighten up the barley using the whites. Like that. We can have a bit of clarity. That'll make it all a bit more punchy. And let's just double check we're not blowing out. We can do that by clicking on this little arrow here. You see the little red dots appear. So we've gone a little bit too far, so we can bring that back a little bit with the highlight slider. So there you go. Now let's just quickly check what happens with the shadow slider. So if you have it too bright, we can see right into this tractor track. If you have it too dark, everything goes a bit dark. So let's just, it's a taste thing. Maybe there. Just opened a little bit so you can see into them. You don't want anything pitch black. Okay, so that's that one. Let's just click on done to close that down, and then let's click back on the grad. The reason I've done that is because I want to create the grad in the same sort of place. I didn't want to click on the other grad and move it by accident. Right, so what we'll do, it'll do exactly the same but the other way. So you click at the top and drag down. Now, what should we do with these clouds? So I'm going to go for clarity first. Clarity will make them a lot more fluffy and bulbous. And there's a new slider on CC, and I think it's probably on 6 as well, Lightroom 6, called Dehaze. If you go too far, it brings out all sorts of problems. If you go the other way, it makes everything a bit wishy-washy like that. So I exercise a little bit of caution with it, maybe go up to 19 there. Okay, so a little bit of saturation, a little bit of contrast. Now, what should we do? Should we make the dark areas up here a little bit darker? And let's just slide around with the highlight slider. So you can make a bright sky, you can make it a little bit more brooding just by moving this highlight slider around a little bit. So that's done. So you notice now that it's blackened off this area here quite a lot, hasn't it? The trees. So let's just see what happens. See, if we start playing with the global controls, the shadows, it just spoils everything, doesn't it? So let's put that back to 0. Let's open this brush tool, and we'll go to shadows, and we'll open the shadows up, and you'll note down here a few settings. So I'm going to reduce I'm going to make the size a little bit smaller, maybe so it's about the same size as that area there, but I'm going to put this auto mask on. And what that does, it finds the edges of stuff as you go along. So I'm not brightening the field up, and I'm not brightening the sky up, I'm just brightening those trees. So as I go along, like that. See, it takes a little while to catch up. And if you want to see where you've been, there's a little box down here called Show Mask Overlay, and that shows you really nicely what it's actually done. It's quite a clever control. And now once you've done that, you can think, right, do I need it that much brighter? You can just fade it in and out. Maybe don't want it too bright, it would start to look a bit fake, wouldn't it? Maybe add a bit of sharpness to it. Clarity. Maybe put some highlights in there. So it starts to look a little bit more natural. Maybe bring the blacks up a bit. It's all taste, just play around with it. And that, if I So that is pretty much the end game. If you want to see what it looked like before, it's something like this. So to get from that to that, that wasn't that one, was it? It was this one. I did quite a few of these shots. It's pretty quick. You can put a vignette on it, of course. Let's have a quick pop to that. Where is it? There we are. Just to draw the eye towards the centre of the shot. And that's just a quick example of how to use grads. Thanks for watching.